it's good to see someone's dreams come to fruition and their hard work rewarded.
Brooke's the type of person that really commits to something if she's going to do it. Brooke can do a lot of things.
The main thing that sports gives you is just this mental toughness, and all athletes know that, and it really teaches you to focus on what you can control and what you can't control. And that's what I noticed was like a huge difference, that like when I found out Erin was also an athlete, I'm like, okay, we've got the same kind of mental approach here.
I competed for the South Carolina team when I was in high school, and then a few years later I decided to try Miss.
When I had my first pageant, it was Miss Greenville Scottish Games, and the pageant was at Furman. I did my 10-minute interview, went in the car, like took off the lashes, put up the hair, took off everything, put on the tennis shoes, and found my team like literally 5 minutes into my warm-up run.
She's always been an athlete that can do a lot. So when she decided to do the pageant, it didn't surprise me. But in her 4 years here, I don't think she ever combed her hair. So I was like, okay, well, Brooke's going to have to get the comb out for this one because she's going to have to look good.
It's great to see Erin be successful doing pageants, but I'm not surprised because of the work that she puts in when she's on campus. So it's outstanding because it represents our program, it represents Wofford College, and it represents Erin.
I found that it was very similar with sports. Although it was completely opposite, people look at it and they're like, this has nothing to do with athletics at all. But when I got there, the preparation
and the mentality,
way yeah, that's a lot in the same. And then just the physical aspect, just preparing, knowing that you have to train, even though it's completely different, you still have to train.
She says, Coach Mullen, I'm going to go over and go out for this thing and see what I can do. And I said, well, just give it your best shot. And I said to myself right then, I said, you know, athletics plays a big part in this because she's very competitive. And if you're not competitive in any kind of contest, you're not going to do very well.
At the end of the 3 months, I decided, or Coach decided, hey, you made the team. And it was really cool because the day before practice started, he told me that, and the team just collapsed on top of me. They were so excited for me. So that made me feel awesome. And that's just been probably my favorite experience at Wofford, is being part of the women's basketball team.
If you want to have someone in your program who represents you in all facets, from on the court to the classroom to in the community, you want Erin Frost on your team. Everything
you work for has a purpose, and I know that whether I play or not, I've learned that my role in this team is, you know, just to pour positivity into these freshmen lives and the underclassmen that I come in contact with every day.
Well, I believe the younger players look up to her, and they respect her, and they respect her ability and her work ethic. As we move into her 5th year, I believe her postseason is going to just be a springboard for her in this season right here. I feel like this year will be her best year yet.
I just came to the conclusion that if I don't do it now, that I'll never have it. So I decided to go to Furman and play sports and give tennis a try.
Came right on board, got really comfortable with all the girls on the team, and you know, she's an extremely hard worker and a great athlete.
There was a day that they had the home race and we had a home match that day, and Coach said yes, so I went and I ran the 5K and I set a Furman record in the very first race of my entire life. And so that was just incredible.
She's a natural runner, and so I wanted her to certainly compete in the running as well.
She always had that pedigree. of being competitive and always wanted a challenge.
It's like the one stage where you can bring all of yourself to. It's like we're challenging you on every single level of the person that you are. And you've got to show us, you've got to prove that to yourself too. Because sports does that, but in a really different way.
After my basketball game, I competed in Lawrence County, and it was probably one of the best things that's happened to me this year because it has allowed me to step outside my comfort zone, and I've been able to travel and work with so many different people that I didn't know. So it's allowed me to meet new community partners and work with a different group of kids.
My platform mantra is go higher. It's college application day, but go higher. That's like you only have one life to live, so don't sell yourself short, but go higher and be the best that you can be. And that's really what all these women are doing in terms of scholarship and in terms of service, what they can do for the community. They're going beyond themselves.
I thought she was just awesome. She was really unique, and she was kind of the underdog, and she came out of nowhere.
That's what sports do, though.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
they like
and so
give you
we
that
had that
fight.
connection.
Yeah. I lost
awesome.
four preliminaries before winning a preliminary. Yeah, to even come.
It was just great to see it. I mean, it brought a tear to my eye. I was so excited for her and for her parents, who I adore. It was amazing, and I thought it was great to see the reaction of all the other girls in the contestant when they announced Brooke's name, because she just doesn't meet anyone that just doesn't love her.
It's just ecstatic disbelief, thankfulness. It's all those things. Lindley and I were holding each other's hands, and I just told her, I just respect you so much. Like, no matter what happens, I can't believe I have this moment in my life where I'm holding your hand next to you, and the state is watching the two of us.
And she just owes a lot of it, I guess, to herself, because she's self-driven.
Even if you don't make the 10, the 5, whatever, you've prepared so much for this that you want someone worthy to win. And if this is your state that they're representing, and you know how hard people have worked, and so you just want a great representative, and they chose one. It allows you to be a role model with a different type of group than the pageant world. But at the same time, you can be a role model for little girls who dream about being a princess and being Miss America, and then you can reach these kids who are like, when I grow up, I'm going to be a professional athlete.
So many of them like to play sports. It's like, I did sports too, and just all of a sudden, no way, I can't believe that. So yeah, it really allows you to be a role model in a completely different way.
Just because each thing that I've ever been involved in has shaped my life and made me the person that I am today. I can't imagine not ever dancing or ever playing basketball or not being involved in service, because each of them is connected in some way for me, and it has allowed me to just be the person that I am today and reach out to those people in the community, and I would not change a thing.
When you are a young woman and you're 8, 9, 10 years old, and you see someone who is not only playing college sports, but they're also making an impact, student teaching, doing pageants, like everything that you can dream of, this young woman is doing it. I see Erin Frost having no ceiling. I don't think there's anything that she can't do.
I think we're designed to serve something bigger than ourselves, and that's what the crown's a reminder of. That you're not your own. You're the state's, or you're here for a bigger reason than that.
Don't ever count her out, because lots of good things happen to her.
You can do it, and don't forget that. Right. Because it's going to be really hard, and there's going to be times that you think you can't. But remember that you can. Just keep going. Like, a huge part of sports is showing up or just trying.
And you're not always going to win, but that's where you show the most characters, pushing through those and persevering through any type of obstacle.
So go for it. This is your one chance. And you don't know until you try. And just like me losing the 4 preliminaries, I'm like, I think I can. I'm going to make them